So the math just isn't math, and this stuff is like not much of our packing. And as you can see, we're kind of full already. This is definitely the hardest part about going on a trip overseas with 2 kids. So many stickers. I'm gonna have to come back to this later. I just cannot even right now. In less than 48 hours, we'll be getting on our plane and flying all the way over to London with our 2 kids. If you're new around here, my name is Samantha, and along with my husband Tom and our 2 girls, Mila and Callie, we make up our Wandering Hearts. We have just spent the last year and a half traveling around Australia in our caravan full time. But it's time to park up the caravan for a little while and say hello to an overseas adventure. We are so excited to spend the next 3 months in the UK and Europe, and we can't wait to show you guys what we're getting up to. But first, we've got to get there. So buckle up, because this journey to get to London is a long one. We've also got some jet lag incoming. So I'll give you a little bit of a run through with our bags so far. This one I've got for mostly mine and Tom's clothes, and then also a lot of things like plates, bowls, some foods that I know I want to take for the girls. And then in the bag over here, it's a little bit smaller than the other one. It's filled with Mila and Callie's clothes, and then a few bedtime books and just a little bit of toys and stuff for them. And then we've also got this little black bag that sits on our suitcase. It is chock-a-block full of nappies and wipes in the bottom, and then so many plane activities. So like more things than you'll think you'll need, because I just don't want to be stuck without some activities for the girls on a 30-hour journey. Then we'll also be packing a cooler bag, because our youngest daughter needs food cooked for her. She's got a lot of allergies and intolerances, so we'll be cooking for her and taking her stuff over as far as we can get through customs until we have to ditch everything and then somehow manage to cook for her once we get there. Apart from that, we'll be taking a travel cot, a travel pram, and a carrier, and a nappy bag. But if we're going to start this trip, I better get packing. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. It's time to head off. We've managed to squeeze everything in the bags, and now we're saying goodbye to the caravan. Bye-bye, caravan. It'll be interesting when we get to France and we have to fit all of this in our little hire car. We're all packed up and we're heading to fill up the car before we start our drive to get to the Sunshine Coast before our flight tomorrow. How are you feeling about saying goodbye to our caravan?
I keep thinking I forgot it. Look at the caravan.
And I keep thinking, what's in that caravan still that I did not pack that I desperately will need? Hopefully nothing. I suppose we will find out tonight, because we start our random sleeping tonight. God, I'm gonna miss our bed. Day 1, I suppose, of the next 3 months of living on the road. We've already been doing that. We have just arrived at the Maroochydore Airport, where we'll be spending the next 38 hours, I suppose, travelling from Sunshine Coast to London. We've got 3 flights ahead of us. The first one is Maroochydore to Sydney, and it's only a 2-hour flight. So let's go check in and get these bags in the plane so we don't have to lug them around anymore. How are we feeling? Woohoo! How are you feeling, Callie? You excited? Yeah. Literally straight away when we went to check in and bag drop, we came into a problem. Our biggest bag is 36 kilos, which is 4 kilos over the limit of what they can take any bag on as. So I'm now running through security by myself to try and buy another bag to shove 4 to 6 kilos in before we can drop our bags. Off to a good start. Bag achieved. Now I've got to go through the exit and departures and get back to arrivals to then get to Tom. All I know is that I'm very grateful this happened at this airport and not the Brisbane or Sydney airport, because everything's so close together here. And honestly, it was pretty simple. Very grateful for that. All done and packed. Full of the heaviest things we could find. And now we've got to remember that we have that little one when we get to Sydney, because it's got some very important things in it. So let's hope we don't forget it. Time to board our first plane. As we were getting on, I just said that this was going to be the worst flight, and I wasn't sure why. I just felt like it was going to be. And then we got on. This guy's all on his own over in the aisle. He's going to pretend he doesn't know us. We'll swap halfway. It's very aggressive, Cal. First flight down, 2 to go. Had a bit of a meltdown at the end of that flight, so we're already not feeling too crash hot, but hopefully we get a bit better. There's a longer flight next. This feels very familiar, back to when we were in Japan. Tom lagging behind with all the bags. So we got out at domestic terminal. Now we've got to try and get over to the international terminal and drop our bags off, hopefully, so that we can go and get lunch or something. Who knows? We made it to International.
You wrecked, Morty.
Still trying to figure out the best way to carry it. And we've only got 2 kids. Lord help us get through this 3-month trip with all of this luggage and 2 keys. Thankfully we were able to check in and drop our bags. So now we've got, what, 5 hours or something? Is that right?
5 hours until we fly.
5 hours until we fly. So we've got to nap Callie somewhere and get some lunch. I feel a bit bad because Tom just had to scoff some sushi to be able to nap Callie, and here I am sitting with this delicious burger and a cute little day. He's finished his hard job of napping Callie, and now he gets to have a proper lunch. I think we've got about 2 hours left before we've got to kind of get ready to go to the gate. It's already been a very long day, and this was our shortest day of travel. If you've ever travelled with kids in an international airport, you'll know how tricky the last little while has been for us. They get so over it, and it's not even part of the travel time in the air, so that's a bit of a bummer. But we booked the flight, we knew it was coming, now we just gotta wait. Time has finally come. We get to go to our gate now and get ready to board. What a long, long day. It's a real shame that the whole travelling hasn't even really begun yet, but we'll be okay. I'm not really sure how we're meant to get all of this stuff on the plane as carry-on. Plus 2 kids. It's go time. 13.5 hours. We'll see you LA. Made it to LA. We have just time traveled back a day. So we left Maroochydore Sunshine Coast at 8:30 a.m. and we've just arrived at LA at 2:30 p.m. the same day. Now we've got a 4-hour stopover and then our next flight. We are about to board flight number 3. So tired, so ready for this long journey to be over, but also not really ready for it because it means then we'll be jet lagged.
Yeah, it's midnight in London right now. That's what, 10 a.m. in Australia or something.
Yeah. And in LA it's 5-ish p.m. Anyway, wish us luck.
We're going to London for the Sunday.
Sweet trip. London, here we come. We haven't had much sleep for the last couple of days, but I'm pretty excited to get into our apartment in London and try and beat this jet lag as best as possible. But we're on the home stretch and there's only 2 hours to go. We made it to our apartment in London. Thank goodness. That was such an effort. Oh my god. Yeah, I missed the good content there. We are now here in our apartment in London with our frizzy hair, our tired baggy eyes. Hopefully within 2 hours we'll be asleep. Fingers crossed we sleep through the night. I was just pumping it up for like 5 minutes and just wondering why the heck is it not inflating properly. Now I flipped it over and there's another bung in the other side and it was open. Just shut it up, but now it's going to be much easier to blow up. My bed's done. And this is why I travel in a caravan. Watching squirrels from a window before. And I think these girls are very happy to be out of the plane. Bedrooms are all set up, ready for bed soon. Tom's just gotten back from doing a quick little shop. He's also gotten us some Thai food for dinner. Nice comfort food to get settled in here in London.
That might be enough now. Open up.
Oh my goodness, careful. You want to try and pat him? Look how fast he is.
I just wish I could have a pet squirrel to pat him.
Yeah, little pet squirrel.
I know it would take him forever.
Whoa! Yeah! Welcome to London! Oh my gosh, last night's sleep was so much better than we expected. So we all went to bed at 6 o'clock last night, just so wrecked, so tired. We all fell asleep very quickly. Our only problem last night really was that Callie woke up at 10:30. She stayed awake for almost an hour. Sorry about the noise, the kids are just blowing raspberries and running around, killing some energy. And then apart from that, me, Amelia and Tom all stayed up from about 2 o'clock for about an hour and a half. Just could not get back to sleep. We managed to keep really quiet and Callie stayed asleep. And then we all slept until about 6:30. So I think we did so much better than it could have been. Honestly, I expected last night to be pretty exhausting. But we woke up feeling really sick and kind of like flu-y, like we were all shaky and we really didn't feel too good. But what I'm thinking is the reason for that is because it was 3 p.m. or something in our body clock and we hadn't eaten all night, obviously, which means we didn't eat all day in our body clock. Once we had some breakfast, it was a lot better. So today's plan was that we pretty much got out of bed and then we headed out to a bagel shop for breakfast, and that was really nice. We're just walking now, so we're just trying to get as much daylight as you can in London, and also just trying to get some energy out. But yeah, that's pretty much our day's plan, and later on we're gonna go do a bit of shopping and cooking for Callie because she needs more food prepared for her. But I'm so excited to feel better and get back to kind of a normal. But that's the end of this video, guys. Next week you'll see our video of our few days here in London. Stay tuned.